Okay, guys, it's Tuesday morning, so it's time to start the guild expedition. This is NFG coming at you from the Danger Fun Zone clan, guild, family, however you want to look at it. Had a guild mate that needed some help negotiating, so here's the first 8 of the week. We're going to go ahead and bust them out and get them out of the way. I've done a previous video on them, but I'm going to make this a whole little series, or either that or I'm going to do different clips of each level to try to get through it. So here we go. Here we go out of the gate. So first off, this is the very first one. Click on it, negotiate. As you can see, you only have 2 options. I found it easiest in these lower levels just to go all the way across with using one of the 2 options, and where it says incorrect, just use the other option. No problem. And we're going to continue doing that till we get to the third, to where it wants 3 and 4, and it's eventually it's going to get harder, and you're going to have more options. The more options you have, of course, the more difficult it's going to be to find the solution. But hopefully we'll be able to work through it fairly simply. And just pay same process I did before. It's going to ramp up here in just a little bit. Okay, now we're using our first good. See, these 2 are supplies, just gold and supplies. Now we're using our first good, and as you can see, I don't have too many of them, so we're gonna have to be careful. We'll use it last, right? That way, hopefully, we won't have to use but just a couple at the most. All right, so there's our supplies. Here comes our gold. Cool. We didn't have to use any of our goods to have the solution, so that was good. Alright, now we're at one of the bigger spots. These are always more difficult, no matter if you're attacking or negotiating. As you can see, now we have 4 options. When there's 4 options, I use a different strategy. Now, if we was higher up, let's go back for just a second. Pick one so I can go back. Let's go back to the main page just for a second. If we was higher up, in a more difficult level, I'd come over here to my tavern, and I would go into my shop, and you see this extra turn for 1500. I would use that. But where we're just starting, excuse me, I'm sorry. Where we're just starting on level 1, I don't use it. Plus, we have plenty of time through the week, so I'm not in a really big hurry to get through them. So, we're gonna try my strategy right here, and if it don't work, we'll try it again. Unfortunately, this strategy you're gonna have to use all of your choices. So, how I line up the 4s, I use the first one, the second one, then I do gold supply gold for the first round. Of course, we didn't get any hits at all. So now just make sure when you're picking that you don't put the same thing in the same spot, and try to use supplies anywhere you can instead of your goods. Okay, so now we pretty much know that what this has told us is that so far we have 3 options. All right, let's walk through them. We have 3 options left. 2 of them's been used. So we've used the jewelry, and we've used supplies. So we know that this one's going to be the limestone. So we picked that. Here we've used both the goods, so we know it's going to be supplies. Here we don't know. It could be either jewelry, or it could be supplies. We're going to pick jewelry because we've used jewelry on the other slots, and we know that we need to use it, so we're going to put jewelry there. And for this one, we've used jewelry and supplies, so now we're going to use the limestone. And we solved it. forward. Okay, now it should have got a little bit more simpler again. Yeah, we're back down to 3 tries. Back to the old strategy, use the least amount of goods possible to get the solution. And we got the solution without using a single good. Okay, next one. We're still on 3 tries. This first level is pretty easy. I'm not gonna, it's really not too difficult most of the time. Now, it can be. There could be certain ones that'll be difficult, but for the most part, this first level is not going to be difficult at all. Once you get up into the second level and the third level, and the bonus round, it can get, it can be rough. You can need hundreds of supplies if you're going to try to negotiate up at the higher levels. So just keep that in mind, that to make sure that you go into your market every day and balance out your goods. Same strategy as before on our 4. This is our 4 choice strategy. I'll try to remember before I end the video to we only have 2 options left. Good. To show you guys what I meant by the balancing out your goods in the market. We'll do that in just a minute when we're done here. And we found the solution, okay? And this last one, it could be hard. This one could take you a couple tries because this is our first 5 choice option. So we'll try it right quick and see if we can get it. I just put them all down. Put all the chips down. Let's see where they fall. We got 2 right. Okay. So now we have 3 choices left and we have 3 slots. So we're just gonna put all the chips down again. Alright, so we got one, and we know we're not gonna use the metal, and we know this is in the wrong slot, so we know what this one is. And since we only have 2 options left and we know it's not limestone, we know it's going to be cloth. So we found it. Solution. And like I said, these first ones, sometimes they can be harder than that, or you might blow right through them just like I did. Sometimes you'll get extra tries and you'll be able to continue without having to buy them. The last thing you want to do is spend metals to buy tries, because trust me, you have plenty of time. You have till Monday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, to get this done. It's no big deal, really. So now let's go into our market, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So what we do, or what I do, is create an offer. That way I can see what I'm working with, and you can see right here, you can see all my numbers of what I have, what I don't have, and what I have. And so what I will do is I will pick, like, let's say iron. I have 119 iron. So I might do, let's go ahead and do one. Let's see. Iron, 119 iron. I'll throw 10 up. And I'll pick a good that I don't have many of, right? Like, let me find... I don't have much limestone, so I might do 10 of my iron to get 10 more limestone. That way I can help balance out my goods. That way I can, won't get stuck inside the expedition and need, 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 and not have them, but then have, 200 or 300 of a different one. So I hope that helped you. I'll come back with the next installment, and we'll continue to go. So good luck on your expedition, and I hope I helped you. All right, I'm out. Okay, everybody, we're back. This is going to be the second installment of the day for the guild expedition. Let's see, let's go in here. We're negotiating still. cloth, we'll go in here, and if it gets too hard, if it starts to get difficult and we start losing, we'll come in here and get our extra turn down here. But for right now, let's go in and see where we're at. Expedition. All right. Click on it. Let's see how hard it is so far. All right, we're at 4. You see, we don't have a whole lot of goods, but when it comes to 4, I've developed my own strategy. So here we go. Same like we did earlier. And let's see what we get. We get nothing. Which right now this is good news. So we've eliminated the 2 goods, and now we only have 2 options. We have 2 tries. So now we can go back to the way of thinking like at the beginning. So I'll just put. See, we know that since we only have supplies and gold, that one's gold. So we run supplies, we'll run gold in this one. We'll check it out. So the only 2 we're worried about is these up front. And we'll put gold in them, and we'll move forward. I didn't mention, but I do have a TOR, Temple of Relics, so we're always keeping an eye on this little relic indicator over here. We haven't hit any yet. We got 2 extra attempts, so that's pretty cool. We're probably going to end up going and getting our extra turn real quick. All right. Let's see what we get. We still have all 4 tries, so now we just make sure we don't put the same thing. You know, make sure that we're putting different options as we go. We don't want to run the same thing twice and mess our chances up. All right, did we get any hits? We got 1 hit. All right, so now we have three slots left. We should have we still have 4 options. All right, so I'm just gonna put something down so we can look at it. Let's look at this for a second. We know that we need to use these 3 that's here because they're in gold, so they're showing that that's what's needed. Okay, so cloth has been in the first one and the second row, so we're going to put cloth in the first row and the last row, so we're going to put it in the second. Supplies have already been in the first row, so we're going to put gold. And we know we have to use supplies, so we're going to put it here at the end. All right, let's try our luck. And just like that, we got it. Well, sometimes you just got to take a second, look at it, go through it slow. There's no rush on this. Go through it slow. Use your best judgment. And that's pretty much it. 2 more attempts. So yeah, we're gonna definitely end because it's gonna get hard right here. Yeah, I'd say from here on it'll be at least 5. So we're gonna put every one of them down once and see where we're at. See if we get any hits. We got 1 hit. All right. So we have 3 options left. All right. So we're gonna try to figure it out. And we know that supplies was down here, so we can't use supplies there. So I used the double iron because we have the most of it. We have 104 versus 36, so we're trying to save our cloth if we can. We got 1 hit. All right, so this has already been supplies and iron, so we know it's going to be cloth. So we only have 2 options. It's already been cloth, so we know it's supplies. This one could be either. Most of the time when it could be either like that, it's going to be your goods. So we'll see what we got. Oh, okay. One turn, we're going to give up. Since we know it's going to be hard from here on out, let's go get our extra turn. All right, now let's go back in here. The extra turn gives you, where I had 3 tries all together, now you can see with the extra turn I have four attempts at it. A lot of times that, well, just like right then, if I'd had one more try, we knew automatically what it would have been. All right, so let's just randomly throw 2 up. Got a hit. And correct. All right. And as you notice, our little, well, hold on a second. As you notice, our little relic is lit up, and you can see our relic right here, but we have to get past the big spot to get it. And there's no relics earlier in the map, so that is the one. So we're going to try to get through this. Okay, now you can see 2 rows. We got 6. So I put the first 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit pay. We got 1 hit. All right. So now what I'm going to do, we have 3 options left, and we have 4 slots. We're just going to try to make sure excuse me, we're going to try to make sure that we don't put the same thing in the same column, you know. Okay, we got 2 more hits. Okay, and it looks like everything has hit. Okay, so we got 2 tries left, and we got 2 options. So of course we're going to try supplies first to try to save our goods if possible. If it's not possible, use our goods and go on. All right, see how that extra turn really comes in handy, especially once you start getting in. Well, you pretty much have to have it once you start getting into more difficult areas. Okay, we have 2 relics here. Let's see what we got. First one, we got a travel square. Second one, we got 100 forge points. That's the one we've been looking for all this time. That's a good one. Sometimes it'll give you diamonds as well. All right, let's get back to our negotiating. 5 tries, or 5 options, 4 attempts. Here we go. Just like before, we're going to use, put everything down, put all of our chips down, see what we got. We got no hits, but we know that those 2 goods are not going to be used. So now we have 3 tries, and we have 3 options. So we're going to go back to just like we did way back at the beginning. We'll try our gold first. Now we'll try our supplies, saving our goods for last. All right, now we know these 2 are the goods. And solved. And our relic lit up again. And another gold one. We're getting lucky today. 200 honey. Heck yeah. 200 of a specific good for my era. That was great. All right. Now we're moving on. Negotiate. We're at 5 again. Same thing as last time. Just got to take our time and work through it. Okay, check it out. Now we know that this is wrong person, so that iron is definitely going to be there. But we have 4 options, so we're not going to put that iron there first. We're gonna do process of elimination. We know that the iron goes there, but we're just trying to see what goes here, and I'll show you what that looks like. Wrong person. Okay, so now we know that iron goes here, and we know that goes there because both of them's wrong person. So all we have to do is change those out, and that's why I didn't put the iron over there. That way we had more attempts at finding what went in this first slot, if that makes sense to you. If we would have put the iron there, then we would have only been able to work with 1 column. Probably we might not even have been able to find it because we'd have ran out of attempts. Okay, we got through that one. 15 more goods. All right, negotiate. Here's one of the 6, so we do the first 5. If I could count, it'd be better, huh? All right, here we go. One hit, wrong person. All right, one. Wait a second. We have 3 tries, 3 attempts. So let's go back to the other way of doing this. That's why you got to go slow. Go take your time, because now we know 100% sure we're going to solve this one. Okay, so we have 3 tries, 3 options. Here we go. First option. 1 hit. All right. So now we're going to put supplies in. And finally, we use our good last, saving it for the very end. We got the solution. Moving on. Catapult. All right, this is the final for the first level of the guild expedition. This is the final spot. So this is probably going to be a pretty hard one. Most of the time it is. As you can see, now we have 7 different options. So we're going to throw our first 5 down just like normal. Let's just take our time and work through this, because eventually you're going to be up to 10. There'll be 10 different options. So just take your time and go through it nice and slow. All right, so we have 3 wrong persons. So we know we're going to be, those 3 are in the final solution somewhere. All right, so we're going to start with well, we only have 5, but we're going to start with this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here we go. Nobody's in the same column. Everything's new. Okay. So now in this one, we know that we've had both cloth and limestone, I guess. Yeah, both cloth and limestone. So we're going to put something new there. We'll put jewelry there. Cloth, limestone, supplies. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 and 4 options. So we're going to run 2 supplies and see what happens this time. We might not get it. We might have to try this again, which that's no big deal. If we do, we do. Okay, we had 2 hits. So we know wrong person, wrong person, wrong person. All right. So cloth has already been in the first row and the second row. So we need to put cloth down here for our best guess. Jewelry has already been in the first row, so we're going to put it in the second row. And supply, that leaves us with supplies, and hopefully this is the solution right here. Yes. All right, we get through it. And just like that, guild level number 1 is solved. 25 diamonds. Awesome. And once you finish the first level of difficulty, it'll ask you if you want to play now. If your guild has already unlocked it, you'll see the unlock. You see on our 4th level, it's not unlocked. So we'll be able to play it, and you can see over here to say play now, and unlock. Unlock means, if you have the correct level inside your guild, you can go in and pay what's needed to unlock the final difficulty level. But for right now, we're just going to hit play now. And since we still have 3 tries, or 3 attempts left, and we still have our bonus, we might as well go ahead and try them. So we're back to 3. We have 3 options for attempts. So, I mean, there's really no way of messing this up. We're still going to take our time, though. And there's the solution. As long as you take your time and you look at it and you study it, don't let that 15-minute bonus rush you, because it'll feel like you don't have enough time and you got to go. But trust me, take your time. It's a lot better to do it take your time and select correctly, as it is to rush through it and use a ton of goods that you didn't need to, or a ton of supplies. You know what I mean? So always just chill. If you're negotiating, take your time, look at every column, make sure you're not putting double the same thing in the column, twice, and you'll be a lot better off if you do. Here's our final attempt. We're up to 4. We have 4 tries, so we can actually do the strategy like before. 2 hits on gold. Two hits on supplies. And there's the solution. And we have a relic somewhere on the map. We're out of turns, but there's my relic. I'll make sure, no. Yep. So there's my relic. So I guess you guys will see that in my next little installment. But for now we're out. So I'll catch back up with you guys in a little bit. All right, we're back again. It's later the same day. Just a second to get this up and running. So let's see, what was we doing? Guild expeditions. We was doing negotiations. All right, so we don't have a full bar on attempts, but we have quite a few. So let's see if we can move forward. Check it out and see how hard it is. See if we need to start out with our. Yeah, it's on 6. Let's go ahead and start out with a extra turn. So give me just a second and I'll run back to town and get it. Go over to my little tavern. All right, tavern shop. Extra turn. All right, let's get it. Let's see what our luck gets us. Here we go. Negotiations, just like before, we have 6, so we're gonna lay the first 5 down, see what happens. And we got 1 hit, wrong person on the rest of them, so we need to try the last one. All right, so go backwards to 3 and 4. We'll try it like that. I didn't put the limestone in because we hit on it, and so we added the supplies this time. Okay, so it ain't supplies, so this could be a hard one. We might not get this one at all. So far everything that's showing we've hit on. Everything that's gold we've hit on. We've hit the cloth, we've hit the jewelry, we've hit the gold. So it's going to be one of those. We have 2 tries and 4 things. So let's just make sure that we don't throw the same thing up there and try our luck. Got it. We got lucky. Times luck beats skill all day long. So here we go. Prince. We got a lighthouse. Haga. Here's our relic from earlier. Let's see what we got. 20 forge points. That's always a good thing. We'll take that all day long. All right, negotiating. Here we go. We're back down to 4. We have 4 tries, so by now you know what we're doing. All right, 2 hits. Now we go with supplies. Hit. Now we go with the most, the goods that has the most. So we're use copper. There we go. Solved. Moving forward. 1,000 supplies. We'll always take that. Negotiating. All right. We're at 4 again. So here we go. Gold, 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 gold. Hit. Now we go with supplies. Pretty good on that one. R. Finally, the wood planks, or ebony, I think that one's called. Okay. 2,500 supplies. Moving forward. 5, so you know the drill. We got 5 options, so we lay them all down. See what happens. Here we go. Okay, so now we have 3 tries, and we're going to have 3 options. So we're going to do Supplies all the way down, put gold in the last slot. Gold, gold. And since we already used gold in this column, now we're going to throw a gold bar. Solution. Alright. We're on another one of the hard ones. The bigger spots are always harder. So you ain't notice that there's seven different items now to choose from. Put the first 5 down. Hit one wrong person. Right. Know that let's see. I'm putting that there just as a placeholder. We know that this one's going to be limestone, and we know that this one's not going to be granite. So go ahead and throw our limestone in there. Now we know this one's not going to be granite, so that only leaves one option, which is gold. Oh, solution. These are a little harder. They just take a little bit more time to make sure that you're not putting the same thing in the same column. You'll be fine. 5 again. We have 5 options. All right, let's see what we got. 4 wrong persons. All right, we're going to have 2 more tries. Don't put the same thing in the same spot and we'll be all right. All right. Okay, this one might be tied on us. Okay, so we know it's not, we had gold and we've had supplies there, so it's going to be the little gold nuggets. Add the gold bar and the gold nuggets, so we know this one's going to be supply. Right. 10 goods. We'll take that all day long. 2 more tries left, so this is another one that's 5. Just lay them all down, see what happens. 2 hits. I have three choices and 2 spots. Let's see. So let's go with our most amount good. Okay, now we have 2 more tries, so we'll go with the next biggest amount good. All right, last try and solution. All right, down to our last attempt. Here we go. 6 different options, so we're going to put the first 5 down just like normal. Three tries, we have 3 turns left, and we have 3 different items left. So we're going to go ahead and start with our supplies. Hits. So now we're going to move to the most amount, the largest amount of goods that we have. All right, 2 hits. Now we know that these 2 are cloth. Solution. Go ahead and take our little win there. All right. So for right now, that's the next piece of the installment. I'll be back later as soon as we get more tries and more attempts. I'll be back later and we'll take off from there. So I'll see you guys in a little bit.